Hello friends, welcome to this video. So in this video we will look at how to actually build a PDF to images converter inside browser using Mozilla PDF.js library. So we have built this interface using Bootstrap, and you can actually see inside this user interface we actually allow the user to simply select the PDF file to process. So once the user selects the PDF file, we have this button out there, convert PDF to images. So what this application does, it actually takes the screenshot of each page in the PDF document and it converts into PNG image. So once I click this button, what should happen right here, you will see in the tabular structure for each page in the PDF document we have taken the snapshot and we have converted that into a PNG image. And for each page you can see right here we are showing this page one. We have the short little preview of the image the user can see, and then we have the button to actually export this page one to PNG image. So I can click this button, any of these buttons. So if I want to take the snapshot of the fifth page of the PDF document, so you will see the fifth page has been converted to PNG image. So you can just see the quality of the image is good. So I will show you in this video how to build this very simple application, and it works entirely in the browser. No server-side code is involved. You can run this inside the browser. All the source code is given in the description of this video. And for building this, we are actually using this library PDF.js, which is made by Mozilla. This is their homepage, PDF.js. It's a PDF processing library which can be used for rendering PDFs. It can be used for parsing PDFs, all that stuff. So let's start this application. So let me delete everything and start from scratch. So I have just included at the earliest. You will find the code in the description. I included the Bootstrap CDN and the PDF.js CDN just to use this library in the browser. So after we do this, we will write the interface. We will have the div tag, which I will give it a container class of Bootstrap and make a interface, card-like interface, mx auto dot shadow p4 padding 4, and we will be giving a max width of 600 pixel or 800 pixel. Inside this, we will actually have a heading, h1 heading. This heading will simply say that PDF to PNG converter, and we will simply align this heading in the center position. So we will give it a class of Bootstrap, which is text center. Font size I will set it to 4. Font weight FW I will set it to bold. Margin bottom 4. So if you just refresh your browser, it will look something like this. In a card-like structure, we have a heading in the center position. So after we do this, we need a simple form where we allow the user to simply select a PDF file. So we will simply have an input type file, and we will only be accepting PDF file, and it should be required. We will be giving an ID to it so that we can target in JavaScript PDF file and a bootstrap class of form control. So you will have this choose file button where you can only select a PDF file. After that, we will have a simple button to submit the form. So we will simply say convert PDF to images. We will bind a on click listener. For that, we need to give it an ID to it, this button. So convert PDF and a bootstrap class of btn primary, and width I will set it to 100 and margin bottom 4. So if you see, we will have a full size button. So this is a responsive interface which will be looking good in mobile devices, desktop devices as well. So we have built the interface. Now we need to write the JavaScript code for this purpose. But before that, just after this button is ending, we also need a area where we will be showing the images. So for that, we will be using a table tag tabular structure, and we will be giving some bootstrap classes: table, table bordered, table stripped. So all these are bootstrap classes. Inside the table tag we will have table head tag, table row, and here inside this we will have table headings. First column will be for the page number, second column will be for a short little preview of the image, and the third column will be for the download button. So I will simply call this as action. So in the table, 3 columns will be there. So we need to align it in the center position. So I will simply give it a text center class of bootstrap. So you will see the table will look something like this. So after that, the table head tag, we just need a table body tag. We need to give it an ID to it of image container. So here we will be dynamically be showing the data using JavaScript code. So that's all that you need to write the HTML code. Now we need to write the JavaScript code. So just make a script tag, and we will be writing the JavaScript code in a different file. So we have made the script.js file. So now for the JavaScript, we need to bind a on-click listener to the button using getElementById. We have given that ID to the button, and we will bind a on-click listener. So when we click the button, so this callback function will execute. So first of all, we do need to get access to the PDF file that the user select. For that, we will again use the getElementById function. We have given an ID to the button PDF file, and after getting that element reference, we can easily get the file by using file input dot files. We only need to get the first file. So like this, we can get this, and then we will simply check if the selected PDF file is not a PDF file. In that scenario, we will simply alert the user that please upload a PDF file. So this simply means that the user hasn't selected any file. So we'll simply show a message to the user, please select a PDF file before proceeding. Now if the file has been selected, now we need to read the file. Now for reading the file, we will make use of array buffer. So just make sure that you make this function as async, because we are using await keyword right here. In order to read this, we will use the array buffer, which is built in inside JavaScript. So we will be using the array buffer technique of reading the file, and after that we will simply again use await, and we will be using this PDF.js lib library. In this way, you can initialize this library in the browser, and it contains a function called as getDocument. So we will be using this function, and this function takes an object, and it contains a property called as data, and here you need to pass this array buffer that you read as the first property, and this returns a promise. So we need to write here dot promise like this. So after you read the document, it contains a lot of properties. One such property is that how many pages are there in the PDF document. So this object contains a property called as num pages. So num pages simply tells how many pages are there in the PDF document. It will return that numeric value, and we will be storing this value in the variable of num pages. Now we need to loop through each page and take a snapshot of each page. So we will be first of all get the reference of the image where you need to show the images. So we have given the ID here, image container. If you check in the HTML, we have given this image container ID right here. So dynamically we will be showing those images at that location using JavaScript code. So first of all, we will simply say image container dot inner HTML. I will set it to null, and then we will be using the for loop. So we will be looping through let I is equal to 0. We will take an index variable, and this loop will run until this value num pages that we calculated in the previous step. So how many pages are there in the PDF document, it will run until that this loop, and for each page we will basically take the snapshot, and for that purpose we have this function right here in this library, which is get page. So get page will go to that page, and here it takes an argument which is the page number. So page number is I, so it will loop through. In this loop, for each page it will go to that page, and then for the screenshot we need to calculate the viewport, the dimensions, and it contains a function for that which is get viewport. And here you can set your scale of the screenshot. I will set it to 2, so you can set the scale property of your screenshot accordingly. So after you do this, we need to take the snapshot of the PDF page, and for that we need to create a dynamic element of canvas using this create element function of JavaScript. So we will simply be saying canvas. After that, we need to simply set the canvas width and height to the viewport width and height, like this: canvas width, canvas height, viewport height. So after that, in order to take the snapshot, we do need to get the context as well. So we can easily get the context by using this function get context, and we need to get the 2D context. So now we need to render this page to the canvas. For doing that, we have this function called as page render. This library contains this function render function, and here it takes an object which contains this property canvas context, and here we need to pass our own context that we created earlier. And then the second property is the viewport. Viewport is the actual viewport that we created, and again it returns a promise. We will write dot promise. And after it taken the screenshot, we now need to also create a download button and show it in the tabular structure so the user can download the image. And now to create that button, we will again use create element. In this time we will create a button element, and you simply say download button text content. It will simply say export and whatever is your page number, and so mind you, all this code that we are writing it this is there inside this for loop. So all this code will repeat for every page. So let's suppose there are 10 pages in the PDF document. So these instructions will repeat for 10 times because we are writing this in the for loop. So all the buttons will, you can see, if you have 10 pages in the PDF, 10 download buttons will be created. So we have this template which is export page. So we are using the template string right here. So I value will keep on changing depending upon the page number of the PDF. So after that, we also need to give it some download button, this bootstrap class dot class name. So in this way, you can dynamically give classes in JavaScript. You can bind a on-click listener as well to this button, all these buttons. So when the user clicks on any of these buttons, we will take the screenshot. We will use this function canvas to blob, which is a built-in function in the browser, and it will take the screenshot and it will return this blob. And now to convert that blob into image, we can simply use a function. You have used this function a lot, which is create object URL. It actually takes a blob and it actually returns the URL document. Now we can download simply document.create element. We can use anchor tag a href is equal to the URL. So this URL is the actual image. So this actually represents the base 64 code, This is the main method that we are using, create object URL. It takes the blob and then it returns a base64 code of the image, and then we can simply set a name which is page I.png. Then we can add this button to the append child using append child. Then we can click this button automatically by using a.click. And after downloading, we can remove this button as well. We have a function in JavaScript to automatically remove the element from the DOM by using remove child, and that's all. So these are all the steps, and this function, which is, if you see right here in this function canvas to blob function, it takes two arguments. First is this callback function, and the second argument is takes as the mem type. So which image you want to take the screenshot. So if you want a PNG image, then you will write image/PNG, or if you want a JPG image, you will write image/JPG. I want a PNG image, so I will simply write the mem type as the second argument to this function. These are the two main functions that we are using for this application, which is toBlob and create object URL. So after you do this, now we need to simply create a row for the table. So for creating that row, we can use a create element. This time we can create a table row, and then we can attach the bootstrap classes row class name. We can align this in the center by text center, and row.inner.html, and we can just use this template string, and here we can dynamically write our things. So we can simply say right here, which is the page followed by the I variable. Right here you will see that the second data will be the actual image, the short little preview of the image. So this will be coming. So here you need to write double quotes. This is the full address of the image. So this is located in canvas, and we can simply use two data URL. So this represents the base64 code of the image. And we can actually give it a bootstrap class, which is image fluid, and also we can give it a max width to this image of 150 pixel. After you do this, you can add the table to the div element. So after this image tag, you can see that we are adding this download button as well. We are using append child right here to actually just add this download button that we made to the DOM. And lastly, we are appending this image container and appending this row. So this completes the application. If I refresh, choose my, click that button. It is saying that invalid page request. All the source code will be given in the description, guys. If you need the full source code, you can go to the description. So now you can see that it will actually take, for every page it will take a screenshot, and there will be a download button. You can click any of these individual buttons to take the image screenshot of a particular page in the PDF. You can see that. So in this way you can make this simple little application. So if you want to just see the live demo, you can visit my website freemediatools.com, where I have given this tool. If you want to try this tool, you can simply write PDF to images, go to this tool, simply try this tool. This is a similar tool that I deploy this on my freemediatools.com website. Apart from that, there are a lot of more tools also available related to image, video and video processing. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe the channel as well, and I will be seeing you in the next one.